Hey, you guys, it's Dr. Cunningham. I'm here on TikTok very quickly because I recently had a conversation with a group of professionals. We are all in what I would consider to be very vital and essential and important professions that we also consider to be the thankless professions. And when we say that, that means that, essentially we're required to show up, we're expected to show up. And if we don't, um, then there's a problem. However, our presence isn't always appreciated. And that is nurses, LPNs, RNs, teachers, doctors. A lot of us are expected to show up and aren't always thanked for the job that is essential for people to maintain their life, to improve their life, to improve their mental health and well being, to improve their physical health and well being, and also to help them to rectify situations that have occurred sometimes because of their own doing. And so, first off, I'd like to thank each and every person who is in a helping profession or in a profession that requires support to people. And if you're not thanked, I want you to hear thank you directly from Dr. Cunningham, who is a therapist, a licensed marriage and family therapist, and also have a PhD in marriage and family therapy. Now, I started off with saying thank you because I also would like to provide support to those whom are in our profession. Because what people don't realize is that a lot of us have spent a lot of time studying and finances to go to school. And with consideration of the cost of living, which has gone through a serious inflation over the past 50 years, even with consideration of 50 years of inflation, um, what we are making in comparison to what is required to pay in order to live a decent life isn't matching up. And we are in a profession where a lot of people expect us to give knowledge and information for free. So even if someone's not on the job and not wearing their uniform, they're still expected to show up for people because we're in a profession where we help people. And because we have a heart for people, we do care. At the same time, what I would like to share is a very important word that I believe that everyone that's in a caring and sharing profession should utilize: reciprocity. The importance of reciprocity, which has to do with respecting each person, what they bring to the table as far as knowledge, resources, information, in order to provide support to other people. Because if you think about it, in a lot of the other professions, like in finance and so forth and so on, people expect to receive based upon what they give. And if you don't, there are really serious reactions and responses to that. Sincerely, you guys, think about it. There are a lot of people who share information and give of their time and energy, and they expect to be paid. And you might even be one of those people. So express that same reciprocal energy toward the person who's in the caring profession. It's only fair. It truly is. Let's think about it in terms of numbers. People that go to school, and we're talking about they spend hundreds of thousands on their education to make sure that they're able to help their communities regarding their physical health or their mental health and well being or through education. Hundreds of thousands of dollars spent on their education to turn around and help other people. And they're making in ranges of, like, for example, medical doctor can make on average maybe about 200,000 on average. That doesn't even cover what they paid for their schooling. An RN on average in the United States can make about $90,000 a year. An LPN on average in the United States is making about 55. And then you go to therapists on average are making about $50,000 a year. Oh my gosh. And I know we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on our education. And then you're talking about teachers on average who are making about 30, 40 a year. And they spent how much on their education? Now we're talking about in public schools, and we're talking about educations that are specific to elementary, junior high. Now, secondary educations like in colleges, they can range, but they sometimes make anywhere from 50 to 60. Are you all understanding that people are giving up their time and their energy because they are sharing because they care about people, but don't take advantage of the resource that you know is benefiting you and don't reciprocate, because then ultimately that makes you look like a person that is exploitative. And exploitation is very real in the world we live in now. And if I were to give you a definition, let me just make sure I give you a definition. Exploitation is the act or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. So again, someone who is doing the work, someone who has the knowledge and the information, and you utilize that knowledge and information for your own benefit, but did not reciprocate at all toward that other person or unfairly reciprocate, because there's such a thing as people having knowledge and information, and you're like, here, thank you so much, but it's not even a drop in the bucket in comparison to what they gave to you. Now, I am a spiritual person, and I believe ultimately that what a person reaps is what they sow. But what that also means is that here's an opportunity for people to learn and understand the importance of what it means to reciprocate. Not only from the standpoint of making sure that when you are given information and knowledge, and when something is shared with you that you know can benefit your life, that you also are treating the other person fairly and justly, just as they are. Now, there are situations and circumstances when people are unable to, but it's different than someone knowingly taking advantage of people or expecting people to continue to share information simply because you feel like it's your right to have the information, because and then you're going to turn around and then you're going to profit off of that information that was given to you for free. Then that means technically that person that you gained the knowledge and information from is owed a percentage of what you just received from the information that they gave you, especially if you're not even going to acknowledge the fact that that person was beneficial to the information that you received, that you're regurgitating, that you did not study for, you did not give time for, other than just to listen and to write a few notes. Exploitation is real, y'all, and it's unacceptable. Unacceptable. And so my hope is that professionals who are in those caring and sharing professions really do speak up. Advocate for yourself. Make sure that it's known when you know you should be treated in a more respectful manner. When you know that what you bring to the table is valuable. Now there are a lot of us, yes, but all of us are necessary. There are billions of people in this world, and there's still only hundreds of thousands of us. So all of us are necessary. All of us. And so until next time, to all my sharing and caring professionals, I honor each and every one of you and say thank you so much for doing what you do and for continuing to be an integral part of our communities to provide us what we need in order to be at our best. And for those who are receiving, make sure you treat them right, because you know you want to be treated right as well. Have a great one.